This video is brought to you by Trapline Transport, serving BC to Quebec, Canada with regional and long-haul Super B flat deck freight. With Trapline's experienced team, you can expect fast, efficient, and honest service. Our team will transport your valuable products across Western Canada with the skill and experience you can expect and can count on. At Trapline, we are committed to you, our customer, building loyalty and long-term partnerships. We want you to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels where we will update you through each process from arranging a shipment to delivery at your door. Trapline understands that providing exceptional customer service is critical to building strong, long-lasting relationships with our customers. Just head over to traplinetransport.ca and get a free quote right now. Good morning. We're parked here along the Okanagan Lake. Let's take a little walksy down here. Hey, there's old pavement, the old highway. There's still white paint on there. The old highway used to be right on the lake, and there's garbage all over, of course. Of course there's garbage all over. I need to bring just a... Every time I walk out here, I should just bring a bag, right? And just clean up after ourselves. But yeah, right on Okanagan Lake, just north of Penticton. I don't know if we can zoom in or not to Munson Mountain over there, where it says Penticton in huge letters. Huge letters. And you'd be wrong if I just started the day right now. It's what, around 3:30 or so, and I've already delivered most of my load. I delivered a load today morning in Richmond. Picked this load up, so I started working on Sunday. Sunday at 2 p.m. I rolled out, drove to Vancouver, Richmond, delivered a load there, picked up this load, just delivered the back half, I guess the back 3/4 of this load in Penticton, and the front load goes to Kelowna and Vernon. And because we're gonna do something exciting this week, I'm gonna deliver Vernon first and then Kelowna second, because that's where we need to be tomorrow morning. It sounds like I'm switching trailers tomorrow. I hate swapping trailers, but this is gonna be a different type of step deck. I've never run a step deck before. I tried them, step deck. Now this is always hard getting on here. I won't make you suffer through the whole waiting process, but trust me, this is gonna be like 5-10 minutes of just cars. Cars. I'm taking the gap. Now I need both lanes to make the corner, but I can get back into this lane quick and not be in the way. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go to West Kelowna and drop the pup off, because I was already thinking, it's like, how do I get into the Kelowna yard with 2 trailers? It wasn't looking very promising, so. And then I found out the trailer swap and all that. It's like, oh, you know what? I'll just drop the pup off in West Kelowna. That's where they want both trailers anyway. It's on the way. We'll drop the pup off. And then we'll just go to Vernon and Kelowna with a front trailer. And that'll make life a bit easier. It is hot. Hot, hot. 23 degrees Celsius. Miserably hot, sweating hot when you're working out in it anyway. Perfect temperature to sit on a beautiful lawn or on a beach or in a kayak. Now this video never gets any views. I've shot this driving along Okanagan Lake how many times, and this video gets 1,000 views, give or take. It's just, I can't put anything in the thumbnail, the title. It's one of those beautiful, beautiful drives, and I don't get a lot of views. You know what I'll do? Here guys, I am going to keep updating the title of this video of how many views it has. I'll check it every single day, how many views this video has. And I'll update the title with how many views. Maybe we can get this beautiful drive spread around the world. Coming into, ooh, I don't want to get this wrong. I always get it wrong, but not always. I get it wrong. I know the sign says welcome to Summerland. Ignore the sign. We're gonna wait till we cross the creek, and then I'll tell you what I'm welcoming you to. The sign says welcome to Summerland. The locals don't agree with that. Welcome to Trout Creek. There we go. Had to read it off the sign of the actual creek. The little town on the bottom here, they want to be called Trout Creek, not Summerland. Even though they're all part of Summerland. Shh, I didn't say that. Summerland's at the top of the hill. Trout Creek is on the bottom. So my bunk heat failed last night. I woke up in the morning just so cold. I'm like, why is it so cold? Like 4 a.m. It's like, okay, look at my bunk heat, turn it up. Oh, fault check blower or something like that. It's like, well, I have no bunk heat. That's why it's so cold in the... I mean, it was +7. It was cold enough to wake up, though. I idled the truck for an hour just to warm myself up and go back to sleep another hour. Hour and 45 minutes, yeah, something like that. Got up started my shift at 5:45 a.m. Which means what? My shift has to end by 7:45 p.m. Yee. Okay, dropping trailers and getting to Vernon is actually going to be a tight timeline. I won't hang around too long dropping trailers. Or trailer. I'm going to embarrass myself at the end of this video. Trying to back in. That yard is not a square yard. It's like a wedge. The whole yard's a wedge shape. And it plays with my mind so bad. I have such a hard time backing up a trailer on that yard. It's the worst yard ever to back up a trailer. You're lining yourself up with the trailers parked in front of you, and then you're trying to back into trailers behind you, and they're at a different angle. I don't mind embarrassing myself. I'll be the first to admit I'm no super trucker. Just a steering wheel holder, no owner operator, just a company driver. I don't even go through the gears, the computer does that for me. People find out that a big W9L, Kenworth W9L, is an automated manual transmission. So the next truck I'm getting, the boss allowed me to custom order to a certain extent what I wanted in my truck. So remember, when I get that truck, I asked for it that way. Some things in there that I would prefer that it won't have, but you know, there's only so much money you can spend on a truck. But it will have more horsepower than this truck. That it will have. Although now switching to a Tridem, don't know if I really need the horsepower, but I'll take the horsepower. That way, if I switch back to a Super Bee, I have it. Not. Well, how much did I say? No, 565 horsepower, not 600. I think I said that wrong. 565 horsepower. And for those of you waiting for that truck, it might still be a while. Might still be a while. Well, that was Summerland. And these views over here are gorgeous too, but this cube van's gonna wreck the first corner for us. So we're just gonna get around him so he doesn't wreck the other corners. Viewpoints are just gorgeous. For those of you wondering how that huge landslide's doing, it's doing. This is what, over 2 years ago now? We'll be driving through that. If you're ever driving through this section, this mountain right here, just north of Summerland, look for mountain goats. The big white mountain goats, the big furry white mountain goats. Always look for them on this hill, both sides. Don't see any today. Look, there's one right down there. Ha! Right against the fence. If you guys see them there is access road down there, so you can get a closer view. Park down on that side road. Both ends have an access road. That's actually the old Highway 97. The access road doesn't connect anymore due to that corner. Have to slow to 70 for this slide area. Oh, 50. Slowing us right down today. Must be working. So why is this slide taking so long? Last time I complained about it, people in the comments said, oh, they just stopped for the winter. And then summer came and nothing got touched on the slide at all of summer. And then this winter, January, they started working on it again. But it's a different construction company this time, due to the fact that the first construction company has been charged with fraud. Oh, I see there's a bunch of concrete poured up there and anchor points and stuff. Probably gonna put up some curtains. They're starting to remove it down here. There is progress. There is progress. So hopefully we get all 4 lanes back again. This fall. Alright, I'm looking for the Ogopogo. Anyone that doesn't know about the Ogopogo, think Loch Ness Monster. It is the Okanagan's version of the Loch Ness Monster. Unfortunately, there used to be a lot of sightings of the Ogopogo until, the modern cell phone came around. And the sightings kind of stopped. Although I have seen some mysterious ripples in that lake. There's definitely some very, very big water creatures in the water there. I suspect they're just sturgeon. Like, sturgeon can get the size of like a shark or bigger than a shark. Oh, I might not even be able to blame sightings of the Ogopogo on cell phones. Is this water accessible to the ocean? Yeah, I think it is. All those dams down in Washington all have fish ladders until Chief Joseph Dam. And the Okanagan pours in before the Chief Joseph Dam on the Columbia River. So yeah, this water does have ocean access. Oh yeah, salmon run too, right? Yes. The salmon are still up over here, so yep. And I've seen the sturgeon down in Washington-Oregon border in the Columbia River. Just absolutely monsters of fish. Alright, now we all hit our brakes. Because the 4-lane is done. Speed limit's still the same, but no, we wouldn't be able to drive the same speed over here. It's only 2 lanes. I'm not complaining, it's just we all just know that's going to happen. Welcome to British Columbia. If you ever drive in BC, don't get impatient, because this is just what's going to happen. As soon as it gets narrow, people feel claustrophobic, tight corners and curvy roads, and all of a sudden we're doing 80 in a 100 zone. Although speed limit drops to 90 here. All it takes is one tourist and all of a sudden you're doing 60. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Man, I wish I could just be at home today. Well, I wouldn't. If I was at home today, I would not be at home today. I'm feeling a lot better. I would be in the kayak today. Have not got to test that out yet. I was messing with camera mounts all weekend, trying to figure that all out. And then they sent me some stuff, or failed to send me some stuff. So I've reordered those. Sat down in my kayak. Oh, I have 2 kayaks. One of them has different foot positioning. One of them is $50 cheaper than the other. I would have bought the higher end one, but they only had one of those. And the foot positions are so uncomfortable compared to the other one. So I told Jess the good one's hers. And I'm going to actually drill out the rivets, 3 rivets that hold the foot pegs on, drill them out, and I've ordered new ones just like the ones hers has from the same company, and I'll rivet those in, and I'll rivet them in a bit further down on the kayak because I'm a lot taller. That's how I decided which kayak was going to be mine, which one's going to be hers. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to alter this one anyway. Both of us are going to hate this one. So if I'm going to alter one of them, let's alter it to fit a taller person. The belly of the kayak is exactly the same, it's just the top shell that's different. But hey, we paid $417 with only GST, no PST, in Alberta for them. And I saw them at Canadian Tire, a new model, the 2026 model instead of the 2025 model. We have the 2025 model. There's slightly different little features on them, like the cup holder's different. That's about it. And they're selling for $778. And we paid $415, $414, and the other one was $430 or something like that. Yeah, got a heck of a deal. And of course, if we bought them here, we'd have to pay GST and PST, but Alberta doesn't have PST, so Saved money on taxes and was on a crazy sale. I had my JB Weld out, placing a camera mount on the rear end of the kayak. I'm hoping to have a view from the back of the kayak overlooking it, kind of like the pub cam, but for the kayak, something like that. If all goes well, if the weather is good, I'll take it out this weekend. The water's still too cold for Jess. Jess is worried about hypothermia, learning a new kayak. So I'll get her to drop me off on one end of the river and then just follow me down the river. If all of a sudden I end up in the water, she can pick me up and warm up. You guys want to go for a test? Go for a test run. Welcome to Peachland. Peach time, where we put peaches on golf tees instead of golf balls. Used to be a golf ball. Used to be assigned for a golf course up the hill. And Peachland used to have peach orchards, but now it's all housing now. Oh, they're putting in a red light here. I mean, the intersection was always dangerous, so adding a light's probably a good idea. It looks like they're adding an extra lane, an extra turning lane as well. If you see that gravel cut at the top of the hill there, I don't know if that shows up or not. Or not the top of the hill, halfway up the hill. That is the connector highway that connects the Okanagan to Highway 5. Nowadays it's called Highway 5A. So no, the connector does not go all the way to Merritt. It only goes to the intersection of Highway 5A. Because it connected Highway 97 and 5A together. If you live in Kelowna, that is the route to take to get to Vancouver. Or over here in Peachland or Summerland. Even my GPS from at home, Penticton, always tells me to take the connector too. I don't. Most of the time I don't. I'll just take Highway 3. Well, we're almost to West Kelowna here. And I gotta embarrass myself. I've gotta embarrass myself. We'll see if there's even room to park anywhere. So I'm dropping these off at AWA, Heavy Duty Mechanic. They do a lot of trailer repairs and stuff like that. Work on trucks as well. They're gonna grease these trailers before they get handed over to the next driver. For all of those of you that cringed when I said West Kelowna, lumber mill over here on the left-hand side. Specialize in 1x4s. They actually bought out Weyerhaeuser in Princeton as well. If I remembered their name, I would say it. But it's at the tip of my tongue. I almost said it, but I'm like, I'm gonna say it wrong. Don't worry, I'll get it. You can comment in here first, but I'll get it. Gorman Brothers. So they have this facility here now. Now they own a lumber mill in Princeton as well. So nice to see small local companies expanding. Because when you have local ownership, as soon as life gets a little hard, they don't shut down their factories and lay everybody off. When they're American owned, it's just numbers. It's not people, it's just numbers. Locally owned, it's actually people. People rely on you. Welcome to West Bank. There you go. Is that better, guys? I thought the fuel prices were supposed to go down. I mean, they're a lot cheaper here than at home. It's like 20 more cents at Penticton than over here. The prices vary so much that anytime we're going to come for a drive, we always check all the fuel prices in all the towns we're going through. It's like, which town has the cheapest prices? Let's make sure we top off on fuel in that town. We used to drive here to West Bank to watch movies because the old theater in Penticton was so bad. We would rather come watch movies up here. Although I don't really see movies much anymore these days, do we? The era of going out to the cinema to watch a movie is kind of gone. I think we've seen one movie in the theater this year so far, and that was Project Hail Mary, which was a really good movie. It reminded me of the good old movie-going days where you had choices of really good movies like that. I was hoping I wouldn't have to stop. Home Depot sign. That orange is pretty faded. Thanks. 7 minutes? What do you mean 7 minutes? It clearly says 12 minutes on the screen. Over to the left lane because we're exiting not at the first red light but the second one. When I see a gap, I'm taking it. Ah, that's very orange. At least I won't have anyone on my bumper. Okay, highly recommend this shop, by the way. AWA, West Bank, West Kelowna. Highly recommend. Good people. I knew that was a possibility. Hello to whoever was in that white truck with the dualies. Okay. It's a very, very short green light for turning. All right, let's see if the shop is still open or not. If it's open, I'll go in and ask them where they would like my trailers. If they're closed, I'll just pick a spot. between the gap. Get out of the way. There's too many moving vehicles. Which ones am I avoiding? Well, preferably all of them. Let's avoid all of them.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Thanks, Garmin. AWA, truck and trailer repair. And they're still here, so let's go ask. Looks like they're working on some RVs too. Okay, let's do this. Embarrass myself. Try to make this as easy as possible. The yard's pretty empty, so it sure makes it easier when the yard's emptier. First attempt is just to get it generally in the right area. Might have overcooked that. Yep, overcooked it. Not having too much the other way. Come on. Told you I'd embarrass myself. Okay. Pup is kind of facing the right direction. Come on. Help if I was wearing a microphone so you guys could hear me, right? We'll back all the way in, and we'll pull out, and then we're going to be a nice straight line, and then we'll get it tucked in nice and close. It's not bad right now. It doesn't help that the front trailer's loaded, the back isn't. Perspective is definitely messing with my mind. I guess it doesn't really matter where the front trailer is, as long as the back trailer ends up where I want it to be. Okay, that's better. Hope it's not too close. Don't know where that truck is going. A bit crooked. I want the front of the trailer to go that way. I can't play in my brain what I want it to do. I think that's too close to that truck, but I'm happy where the trailer is. Let's go take a look. Oh, maybe it was fine further back. Depth perception. Yeah, I can definitely back it up where it was. Should have just left it there because I can see my tracks. I can actually go back to about here. So we'll go back a little further, keep her nice and straight, and then we'll drop her and boogie on to Vernon. think that'll do the job. Okay, let's see if I can pull the kingpin. Nope. Okay. There we go. Lower our landing gear. Drop out the air. Okay. Disconnect the air hoses. First shut them off. Can't leave you guys on this trailer. You can just put you guys here. Does that work for you guys? Whoop. Put you guys on the lower mount here. See what I do for you guys? Moving around camera mounts. Just for you guys. Okay. Okay, we'll throw our tools back. It's always harder to do one-handed. We get her done. Let's hammer down. There goes Core Mark with her A-train. Trailer successfully dropped. Let's follow the A-train out of here. Had to double check to make sure all the lights worked on the lead. The mud flaps, everything's in place. I mean, I do it on the pre-trip all the time, but when you drop a trailer, just double check it.
Street, turn left.
Left or right? I think a right-hand turn would be easier with the traffic, how busy it is.
Turn left on Stevens Road.
I think a right-hand turn is the way to go. Slightly longer, but especially now that we only have the lead, the corner will be much easier. We're just gonna go right away. Go, 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 go. That car's coming faster than I thought. Feels weird only pulling one trailer. Something I don't do very often.
Take the third exit to Martin Road.
Especially one short trailer. Now we'll make a left-hand turn here.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Nope, 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 nope.
Continue on Highway 97.
All right, well, we're gonna blast out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. How many views are we up to now? You guys added one extra view? Awesome. Means I have to update it. I'll try to update the number daily, and then at least for the first week. And then after that, maybe update it weekly. We'll just see. We'll see if we can get this video to go all over the world. Thank you guys so much for watching. Super appreciate all of you guys that have donated on coffee. If you've donated on coffee, make sure you shoot me a message and let me know. It's like, hey, I just donated on coffee, because on coffee, I can't match your name to, it uses a different name. So if you're not using the same name as you're using on YouTube, I might get confused what your name's gonna show up in the credits as. And I try to guess who it is by the name, but I sometimes get it wrong. So if you're gonna make a donation on coffee, shoot me a message just here on YouTube that says, hey, just donated on coffee, and then we can match that donation with you. And then, of course, if you guys become a member, that's easy. Remember that it'll take 2 weeks for your name to show up in the credits. 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks. If you don't see your name in 3 weeks, something went wrong. Let me know in 3 weeks. Not in 3 months. 3 weeks. If your name didn't show up in 3 weeks, you gotta talk to me. And of course, I have that email down below. You can message me that you've emailed me that email address as well. And then you can talk privately on that email. I don't check that email maybe once a week. And then most of it is just spam. So your email might get missed unless you leave me a message in the comments as well over here. So we need messages from you in YouTube, because I read every single one of those that you've emailed me or you've donated on coffee. And why coffee over membership? Because I get to keep 99% of the money on coffee. Membership, I only get to keep 70%, but I'm not complaining. Coffee's just a little better for me than membership, although membership is so much easier for you guys. So you guys do whatever makes sense for you guys for 1 month or for 5 years, like Linda has. 5 years, been a member for 5 years, and a coffee supporter as well. Crazy, but thank you. For now, I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock. Oh, we're almost to the bridge, guys. We're gonna give you a honk here where there's less traffic. Here's the goodbye honk, but we'll go over the bridge. Okay, now, this is just the extra bonus at the end. I know the video wasn't long enough as it is, but we'll just go over the bridge. Maybe the credits are rolling right now, right? It's a floating bridge. I've had people debate that one. I have personally seen that bridge built up the lake, and then they floated it in and just clicked it together like Legos, so the bridge floats. Either end of the bridge does not float, but the majority of the bridge floats. So how you can tell where the bridge floats is where the movement. There's four joints where the bridge can move back and forth and tilt up and down with water level. And you can tell once you're on the floating bridge, once you hit that first joint. Not an expansion joint, it's more elaborate than an expansion joint. The first one we're gonna hit is an expansion joint. That's not part of the floating. So we're still on solid ground. Here is an expansion joint. Here we are on piers that go into the water. And the next joint is floating bridge. Boom, right here. We are now on a floating bridge, and you have two joints next to each other. Those two joints move back and forth. So now we have to hit the other two joints, and then we're back off the floating bridge. And in a big rig, this section is bouncier. The floating part is actually bouncier as you go from one click to the other. Okay, here is the, nope, that's just an expansion joint. Here you go, here's the big one. So we're still on the floating bridge, and we're off the floating bridge. Some of the big piers actually have big, round, deeper floats on them. So some of the, what looks like posts are actually floating as well. And those were neat to see floating across the lake. All right, we're out of here. You guys absolutely rock.